Hey y'all! Hi, my name is Tasia. Welcome to Tasia Made It. And a long time ago, I showed y'all my basement. The basement was very minimal. It was very mindful, very demure, but it's no longer that. Here is my updated workspace tour where you can see how my basement went from this to this. Whenever we are ready to get started with work, we will come down these wonderful stairs of mine and we will enter paradise. Times when I try to make everything perfect, but listen, when you're running a business, it is never going to be extra tidy. Whatever they tell you on social media, that is not true. It does. It is hard to keep your workspace clean because you have so much going on. But here is Workspace Station 1, and this is my lovely workstation. Throughout this video, I just want to give the entrepreneurs tips on certain things because I really want to take the whole idea out that everything has to be perfect and it has to be pretty and it has to be neat. Do everything that you need to do for the business. Everything that we got in our workspace is for a reason, and absolutely everything was to solve a problem. So if you kind of think about, we used to sew on home sewing machines. Everything. We would sew everything on home sewing machines. And I want y'all to know that we use home sewing machines. Yes. And this is just an oldie but goodie sewing table. The problem with that was that the quality wasn't so great. It took forever to get the orders out. I couldn't grow the business because of that. So the solution was an industrial machine. Two things. Get an industrial machine. That should be the first thing I do. I can't even be playing around with this no more. Second thing, think about when you give someone vacation. Why would I give someone vacation right around Black Friday? Why? And I actually purchased two before this one because the other ones didn't work. A lot of things are trial and error. This is also where I'll shoot my sewing videos. I absolutely love this, and this was also a problem that I had to solve. I used to record the videos with the camera sitting on here, but because of the sewing, it would rattle all the time. So the video was never stable. So I had to get something that this could hold on to so that it wasn't holding on to that table. And this was the solution for it. But it also does great because it holds all of our elastics and all of the supplies that we need when we're sewing the bikini. So it works out. This is where I hold my trim, my fold over elastic to sew the bikinis. I just like everything being behind me so I can just pull it when I need it. Here's the main rack where we hold all of the fold over elastic. As you can see, a lot of it is behind us or at our workstations. It just makes it way more convenient. Here is sewing station number 2. This is my teammate that also sews. And this was also created to fix a problem. I want to reiterate that I wasn't here trying to make it look pretty. As you can see, there's old tables here. There's newer tables. I mean, we got white tables. I wasn't here trying to be cohesive because I really didn't care about that. I was here to try to figure out what works. So he doesn't like having the table up against the sewing machine. He likes it all kind of right next to him. So having a longer table, it just didn't matter to have that. So we actually got a shorter table, and this table is more stable than that table. That table looks prettier. It has a whole lot more bells and whistles, but this one is actually more stable. You can sew on that and you don't feel the vibration. But the reason why this whole sewing station came about is because I bought this industrial machine to get away from the home sewing machines. And as you can see, we still use them, but to close things. But I quickly realized that having one isn't enough, because whenever this one breaks down or this one needs serviced, the business still has to go on. I tried to buy another one of these and it turned out to be a bad experience. So I just got the better one, the mother load, and I ended up purchasing a Juki. We used to have our threads and things like that just thrown in a box. I just needed it to be a little bit more organized, so we purchased that. On to the next room. Let's go. No matter how much I wanted to be perfect and neat for this video, it just wasn't possible. So you'll see how it looks right now. I'm not trying to tidy anything up for you guys because don't be judging me. In the past video, of course, we still had these racks, but we just didn't have everything associated or involved in this space. We originally just had this table, but this one table just wasn't enough. So we had to have another table, especially if two people are going to be working on it. If somebody's cutting, if somebody's packaging, it just needs to be more space. We ended up getting more plastic bins. As you can see here, we needed more organization on the side. If you haven't caught on to the trend yet, organization and storage is just one of the big things. Right here, we have different bags. We have our clear straps. Here we place notes with sticky notes. We have corded. Here, this covers for just pliers, rotary blades. The pliers help with our clear strap because we have to cut different pieces like this. So that's what those are for. And I always buy extra because I don't have time to keep looking for things all the time. This extra table is normally where my grandma sits. She strings the bikinis. Here are her notes because she has to remember things and what to do. So this is more of my grandma's area. This part back here is just more supplies. So we heat seal things and we put lighters in here. As you can see that these lighters are supposed to be refilled and there's none in here because that's another story, but these are the empty ones. There's lighters all over this basement, y'all, all over the basement, and we heat seal things with that. We create bling thongs, so these are the bags with the letters and the bling letters in them. Here is the bins for the elastic to scrunch the bikinis. There's some more, and then we also make lingerie, so here is the area for our lace. A tip that I did want to let y'all know, we used to sew the string, and this is kind of the string to string the top of the bikinis. And we stopped doing that because it just was taking up too much time. So we actually bought them in bulk. So to string your tops, to string my tops, I bought that in bulk so I don't have to make that string. This was bought because my grandma sits in this area. My grandma sits in this area and she's normally the one that strings the tops. As you can see, we have different string colors right here. So she's normally the one to string that. So I needed to organize this area so that she could do whatever she needed to do and then be comfortable with it. So I put all the string behind her. And then of course all the other supplies are here, but this area was really mostly built for my grandma, so she can have everything like in one area. So that is this side of the room, my loves. And that is basically our cutting and packaging area. Over here is our shipping station, and this is just where our shipping supplies out are. This is where we hold our shipping boxes. So we normally ship everything in the brown paper. I told y'all that I'm trying to get away from a lot of plastic stuff. And here is different poly bags. Sometimes that's used for different reasons. And then here are our international labels. We have more clear strap stuff, but really this is just the table for shipping. This is all shipping supplies. If you want to continue the shipping area, this is where this section is. And I had to add this because this area over here just wasn't enough. This right here is where we hang our strings. So I told y'all that we did order them in bulk, and some of them that we sew. Like you can see this color, we still sew this string. And this is the string that you run through the top to tie it. We still sew this one. But there's a lot of them that we don't sew. You see, they're manufactured. So the best thing to do is pre-cut them and just have them ready. Because we have two different size strings, we have a hanger for the regular size, and then we have a hanger for the long size strings. And those are just for maybe one-piece bikinis, things like that. Here is another tip when you're making your space. Of course, you know what I say, only buy something if it's solving a problem. The problem that we had was we would just have string everywhere, or we wouldn't have it cut in time. So we're cutting string while we're trying to string and package, and it wasn't a good system. So I needed something to hang my string off of, and we have several different colors, as you can see. So what I found was a coat rack. I found a coat rack, and these are all coat hooks. They're all coat hooks. So that is what I use to hold my string on. Don't try to get everything to just look pretty. Of course, if you do want it to be cohesive, try to keep the colors the same way. I did not care about none of that. I'm just trying to solve a problem. This rack here is fabric that I still need to wash before I add them to our bikinis. But this is where we sit the fabric that we still need to wash. Over here. But right here, this is where we actually take our photos. We take the photos of the bikinis. We have a mannequin here. So this is where we do that. We have lights, we have ring lights. I'll probably add a video to show y'all how that happens, just for you to see it. But this is the area for that. This is the area for photography for the bikinis. We were growing and we needed just a little bit more space, and these are just organizers, and we can put the inventory in here for other bikinis. And the reason why we had to make this space is because our inventory room was running out. And here is our inventory room. What's so funny, under here, I looked under here, and these are our patterns. So we had to cut our patterns in cardboard and send it to a plastic company, I forget, a plexiglass company, and they made our patterns for us. And I actually got double. So I have the patterns that we use, of course, over there already, and then I have extra. Always buy extra. This is the last area of the tour where we have our inventory. Sometimes during slow seasons we'll sew more because we know they're going to sell more during the summer. And we put everything in plastic bags before we place them in here. Not only do we put them in plastic bags, we also have the bins labeled. So as you can see, gold foil teardrop, pink foil, gold foil. So you know what it is. Pink snakes again. So you know what it is that you're looking for. Whenever we're adding inventory, we know where it is that we have to put it. And if you did not know, these are sneaker bins. I think that's what they are. That's what they use them for, sneaker bins. I normally see people with like a wall of these and it's sneakers inside. Now here I am putting bikinis inside. And over here is really just a closet. This specific room is supposed to be a bedroom in my basement, and I just made it into an inventory room. And this is our closet. If we need any other shipping packages, we have them in boxes. We have them here. We have more inventory. We have a serger. So this is just the extra room, the extra supplies. Doing everything with this basement, nothing happened overnight. It took a long time and it just happened gradually. I was not looking to make an entire space or anything like that. I was just looking to run my business. I needed it to run as efficient as possible. So if you are out there creating a basement or creating a workspace, wherever it is, utilize what you can to keep money in your pockets. So me having an entire office or somewhere that I can rent out, I just didn't feel like I needed all of that. Let me just kind of go downstairs and get to work, and then I can also put it into my price with my rent. So that was the best thing for me to do. This is a big space and we made it what we needed to make it, but I only made it that to solve problems. That's it. So if you are looking to create something that fits you, just look into your business and see what problem it is that you're trying to fix. That's it. Don't go buy all this stuff that you see on TikTok or that you see this person promoting or this person promoting. Get it if you need it. If you don't need it, don't get it. That's it. That's it. And also, if you can buy in bulk, save up some money. If you can buy in bulk, that just alleviates stress. Like me buying that trim in bulk, it alleviates so much stress. And then having to always wonder about what else you have to purchase or what supplies you need. No, you need storage, you need organization, and anything to solve a problem. Well, I have the links to a lot of the stuff that I have here. Everything I bought, I did put the links down below. I do get a little tiny commission, tiny little kickback. If anything that you've seen here could help you, definitely click the links below. But I thank y'all so much for tuning into another video and my very mindful and very demure studio tour. If you are looking to see any other videos, so I do have that story about how I was banned or suspended on Etsy, you can check that out here. Or if you wanted to know how I even got my business, then you can check this video out here. But other than that, like, comment, subscribe.